Yeah, one article I just read from WhatsApp is becoming university now. Uh, it's someone copied from internet with an coronavirus unmasked, some military intelligence or something like that. If you can search in Google, coronavirus unmasked, uh, as if someone in senior position in military, Chinese military, wrote this in great details about the secret of coronavirus. He is telling that it is not coronavirus, but it is something more serious. It's not. Its effect is not like pneumonia or fever, simple, seasonal virus, but it is more dangerous. You cannot imagine even. It's very difficult to describe because once. Uh, Whatever in the water in Chinese media you see that coronavirus is being treated and it seems similar to the other virus in Middle East, that is totally wrong and false. He said that this is the experimental result and it's a accident, you can say. The coronavirus in Wuhan breakout is an accident of some fight out or shoot out between two gangs, between the gangs of Chinese army, police, and other gangs who were actually buying that medical agent from one of the researchers in the Chinese government. In Hong Kong, there was a protest against government, Chinese government. A few months back, if you remember, huge protest. The whole city was, in protest and stand out. And government wanted that the population of Hong Kong to be submissive to the government, and how they can make the population, citizen of it, to be submissive. So they wanted this. They were doing the research for quite a long time, and they wanted great number of population people to be experimented on before it can be applied on citizen or great population. So they found out a way that all the criminals and antisocial elements, or who are against the government's policies, they are put into the detention camp for the as we know that they say it in media as a training camps or skill training center for using them in the industry to produce some products. He's telling it is not. It is for the purpose of medical experiment. This medical experiment is to create a medical bio agent that will make your mind more less effective. Less effective means they will think less but be more submissive to the order of the policy of government. So initially he said this experiment was successful and quite positive, but as the experiment goes in details, the result seems like it has some other side effect. Side effect means it's a very dangerous, cannot be used in human experiment. It's but the US knows that China is doing some experiment. They wanted to do the research in collaboration. They wanted the secret from Chinese government. The government denied. Then USA found a secret way to the researcher and contacted with a huge money bribery, and that researcher, senior researcher, agreed to give sample, and that sample was being handed over in Wuhan city. The Wuhan city, as we know, that coronavirus breakout happened in that city. Is not actually breakout of virus, but breakout of the agent. While the shootout was happening between the gangs, that vial, the the box where the agent was there, it fall and broke and spreaded the virus. So you know what happened. The effect of this agent is that it will make human mind like mad, psycho, self-destructive, or even the bleeding will occur from eyes, nose, and ears, and some others the places. Internal organs will start to melt, disintegrate. It's a huge pain, and painfully within few days you will die. So there is no medicine of it. It's not possible to recover from it once it is infected, and the whatever the mask available in the market are useless. Only very few who are in higher position in medical research labs, they have that high technology to prevent this from inhaling. So he said that the news of hospital being built in 10 days is also false, because that is not hospital at all, but it was to gather the masses who are infected with these viruses, not to treat, but to gather the dead bodies behind. So in front it looks like hospital, in the middle like they're useless, they're going to die, and they are being used to carry dead body into the last section where the dead bodies are actually piled up in huge thousands of dead bodies, he said. And the behind there is a huge furnace that the bodies are being burning. Wow, it's a holocaust. It's a holocaust that world has never seen, it seems like. If this story is true, even though we don't know how to confirm it, but if this is true that the detention camps are being used for the medical testing of agent like that bioagent of this danger, is our government, BJP Modi government in India, also planning to experiment on Muslim in detention camp? The question remains, why we need detention camps for huge population? Sure, because the possibility is that because the world population is increasing, and there is no other way to control if more are educated, and justice, once everyone wants justice, is very difficult to control them. So they want the policy to implement quickly, and all the citizens be submissive to that order and policy. Obviously, it seems like there is a need for such agent that will make a human to be submissive to the government's order and policy. And in India, even though in great percentage it was possible for Modi government to get the support of so-called Bhakt, because Modi Bhakt or BJP Bhakt is a kind of medicine or psycho agent, you can say. It made them so submissive that I think no need to experiment such biomedical agent in India. Just you need to be Modi Bhakt or BJP Bhakt. But then there is a question, how you can make Muslims of India to be submissive? It's very difficult, because they don't fear humans, they don't fear anyone. They said La ilaha illallah, except Allah, they don't fear anyone. It's very difficult for this kind of crowd to control. So there is a great need of such agent. Obviously, it is possible that China was already thinking for a long time. But is it that Modi government in contact with the Chinese government to use this experiment in India? We don't know. It's just thought, wishful thought, and wishful thought is not good. But still, I'm doing. I don't know how to confirm this news of government. If thousands and thousands of dead bodies in Wuhan, and Wuhan city is already evacuated, and it's like ruin. It's an empty city, and there are few other cities also. We wish that this is not true at all. Thank God. Subhanallah.